What's going on, everybody? This is Roan coming at you with another video. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Like, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. You know, whatever you celebrated, I hope you celebrated it to the fullest, and that New Year's was exactly like you guys envisioned it. My New Year's I spent sick. It was not a fun time. Like, I don't know, man. I never get sick. I got sick in Thanksgiving, and then I got sick for New Year's Eve. It was not a fun time. Just lost my voice, didn't get to do any real celebrating, but at least got to spend close time with my family. We all shared dinner and then just went to sleep well before the ball dropped. So it was yeah, definitely less than exciting. Hopefully next year yields better time and or I guess a more crazy story to share with you all. So with that with the new year brings a brand new deck, so I'm actually going to showcase another deck for you guys. This deck particularly is very strong right now, especially. Like, I didn't expect it to be as strong as it was. This is just a staple deck that I like to run. So as I was telling you before, like, it's always good to have a few decks in your repertoire. This one in particular is actually my trap deck, and it's a really powerful deck if going first, and there is some good going second follow-up. So take a well, I mean, I don't have a changed name for you or like a changed avatar, so can't exactly ask you guys to guess, but if you followed my videos from before, you could probably ascertain that it's actually going to be Labyrinth. So this Labyrinth deck is a Floodgate variant. I like Floodgates, I'll be honest with you, because I don't like to think too much. I mean, like with the Floodgate variant, you really just flip cards and then you tell your opponent to play, and they can't do anything about it. It is, or like you would prefer to go first, but it can go second. Trying to think of any other. So I'll just go through the cards one at a time, and then I'll start trying to talk a little bit about the different interactions of the cards. As far as the actual gameplay, so like I'm gonna just explain the my typical go through. I'm gonna explain the deck list, talk about the interactions of the cards, then I'm gonna go into some gameplay and just kind of showcase some of the interaction. I will warn you that there's a lot of interactions between the different labyrinth cards, but I mean, I'm gonna go over it and explain it to you, like, and just kind of talk it through. But obviously, like, as the gameplay happens in the video, then you'll be able to kind of see it in real time and see how it's played. So, without further ado, first three cards you already know. Maxi, our favorite card. Then you go into Ariana, the Labyrinth Servant. So with Ariana, like, she's your starter for your your Labyrinth package. Like, she is the first. Like, anytime you start playing your Labyrinth, you have Ariana. You already know it's gonna be a good time because she does like to start all of the nonsense. Like, she's the beginning card. You put her on the field. She goes and she can pick any Labyrinth card and pull it from the deck to your hand. The important things you want to do when you have Ariana, like your most important targets. So if I don't have any Labyrinth cards, I want to grab Big Welcome. If I have a Big Welcome, then I go and grab Labyrinth, like the field spell. I'll explain at, a little bit later in the video, but just for now, like Ariana, make sure you're grabbing first priority, Big Welcome, second Labyrinth. You have both these cards, then you can start grabbing like maybe like Welcome Labyrinth just for like additional follow-up. Or even Lady, like you can even grab Lady because Lady also applies. But yeah, first, like literally, like first important, second important. Don't forget that. Lovely Labyrinth. So, whenever you go into your Big Welcome Labyrinth, like you're almost always gonna want to prioritize your lovely Labyrinth. She has two effects that are very important. The first effect, like if you can just activate her effect on your turn to end up pulling one of your trap cards from the graveyard. The more important effect, the second one, is that if you have this card on the field and then you pull another card off of the field, so like let's say like Big Welcome, I'll explain it in more detail later, but it's simple. Like, you end up special summoning a card onto the field, then you pull another card away. So when you pull Lovely Labyrinth onto the field and then you pull, let's say, like Ariana away, then this card gets either a free hand rip, where you can just pick a card at random in their hand and just destroy it, or you can physically pick a card on the field and destroy it. Like, you actually can actively pick a card on the field, or you can randomly rip one of the cards out of their hand and destroy it. So that's really important. So that's why I love setting up for Lovely, because what'll happen is like, I set up, let's say I set up all the different traps, I throw on big welcome, put Lovely on the field, pull Ariana, then I can just destroy, like, I can start disrupting their resources, which is really big. Lady is like my second choice whenever I have to pick a card to special summon, because this card, it like, if you have a set card on the field, it cannot be affected by card effects, which is really big. Other thing that's important about this card is that whenever you use a trap and it gets discarded, you can activate Lady's effect and pull any normal trap out of the or just like pull any normal trap and set it to your field. Pretty wild, right? Like, you can just pick anything, even Eradicator, which is wild. So you literally just, any of these things that say normal traps on them, you can just straight up pull them with Lady. That's really big. So I usually like to go with Lovely first if I special summon, and then I go into Lady like for as a second choice, and then I'll explain, like I said, what the different traps and interactions I'll go into in a little while. Lord of the Heavenly Prison, really great card. This helps set up and protect your back row. So when you have it in your hand, if you activate its effect, it will show the other team that you have Lord of the Heavenly Prison in your hand, but it will protect your entire back line, like any set card, from destruction on the opponent's turn. So your turn goes, you use this effect, pass, or just do whatever you do. Next turn, they can't touch your cards. This is really cool. And if so if you see here, you could special, okay, so if a set spell trap card is activated, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's the other thing. So you can actually just straight up throw it out into the field if they either use a trap or you use a trap. Another important interaction to note, because this is a 3000 attack monster, like, all these are really big, powerful monsters, like 2900, 3000, 3000, like, these are, the whole idea is just getting, like, on top of all the bullshit interactions you can do with your traps, you can put like some of these monsters on the field and they're really tough to beat over. So there's a lot of nice benefits to having this deck. So duality, you just excavate your top 3 cards of your deck, pick one, and then shuffle the rest. Extravagant, you actually banish 3 or 6 random cards face down from your extra deck and then draw 2. Well, I always like to pick 6. I never pick 3, always 6. And then I just get 2 draws. Prosperity, you choose either 3 or 6 cards of your liking. These you can pick, and then it will excavate that amount of cards, and then you can pick your card, and then you get to choose the remaining cards, how you want to place them in your deck for, like, the order of how you draw them. Again, will make sense if you actually see it in action, but like I said, you can read the card, and if my explanation isn't enough, you can hopefully ascertain what it does. Labyrinth, this card, important part of this card, like, I mean, there's a few effects it does. The one that's really most important or most valuable is that if you have this activated and then you use like big welcome and you start, like, putting like special summoning cards and pulling cards off, if you start pulling cards off the field with this, you get free destruction. So, like, remember how I was talking about Lovely Labyrinth and how I can rip cards? Like, so I'll literally pull Lovely on the field, pull back Ariana. Then if this is actually present on the field, you can actually destroy 1 card on the field, and then you also get a hand rip. So you literally do 2 things, like pop a card and then rip a card, or you can literally pop 2 cards. You can just pick like 2 different cards on the field by Lovely's effect and Labyrinth's effect, so you can really just start disrupting their board even further. Really strong. Then also, like, if you activate a non-labyrinth normal trap card, you can special summon 1 fiend monster from your hand and graveyard. Another very big. I mean, like I said, it's not like as important. Like, the important part is just being able to randomly destroy cards. I mean, or not randomly, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just kind of like, oh, Labyrinth's effect goes off and you can just pick a card and destroy it. Pretty awesome. Compulsory, this card is great because it's an easy way to, like, take a card and just throw it back into their hand. Because, like, I'll give an example, like Ice Trade, the Ice Trade dragon that's used, or Mirror Jade, that's it, Mirror Jade dragon from the branded deck. Like, that deck, or that card, if you destroy it, then it destroys all your special summon cards. pretty wild. But if you just compulse it and just send it right back to the extra deck, then it won't do shit. So sometimes you have to kind of pay particular attention of like what cards you shouldn't destroy and you should just send back. You know, this gives you like just different options of what to do with cards to make sure they're not on the field. Yeah, it's a really great card. I love this card. Eradicator, this card is broken. This card is very powerful. So what it is it's a one-of card, which doesn't matter because you can pick it with Lady Labyrinth. You have to tribute one of your 2500 or higher attack monsters, and what you do is you can pick either spell or traps, and then any spell or traps that are on the field or in their hand get destroyed, and then as they draw cards, if they happen to be a trap or a spell or whatever one you decided to choose, they pull it, you know, if they draw it and pull it onto their hand, then it just gets destroyed automatically, so they can't use anything. So for example, if you're facing against a Labyrinth player and you know it's a Labyrinth player, if you're able to get to that Eradicator virus first, they're dead. Like there's nothing they can do. Like they're done. And so it's very important to note. And then obviously, like if you're running, like this is where it gets a little tricky with this deck, where you might have to know a little bit about the deck you're playing, because if you're able to tell like what their agenda is with their deck, you can be like, okay, well they're very spell heavy, they're very trap heavy. You can take and make their deck useless. Like you can just render their deck inactive, and then you win. Dimensional Barrier, another strong deck, and another strong card, and also a card where you need to know what you're going up against, because what this card does is that for their turn, like let's say you flip this card on the turn, it will inactivate whichever card that's chosen, or whichever style of card that's chosen. So like Ritual Fusion, Synchro Xyz, or Pendulum. If you know, like, so like for example, Branded likes to use fusion cards, you know it's a branded deck, you can literally just pick fusion, and then they can't summon or fusion summon, or if they already have a fusion summon monster out, it makes them inactive, like they can't activate their effects or do anything. Very important card, is so powerful. And then remember, like I said, with Lovely, like you can recycle cards. So let's say I use this card and then it comes my turn, I can activate effect of Lovely, pull it right back out of the graveyard, recycle, and do it again. Same goes for Big Welcome or literally any trap card. So I've done that multiple times where like I'm fighting, let's say like a hero deck that does fusions, I'll just fusion, or activate Lovely's effect, pull Dimensional Barrier again, pick fusion, and just keep recycling, and they just quit. They get mad. Evenly Matched. This card is extremely powerful. It's a going second card. So remember how I said it's mainly going first this deck, but you have a few going second follow-up. This is that card. So you can take this card, and if you have no cards on your field, let's say like they go first, they set up their board, it's super unbreakable. Your turn comes around, if you go into battle phase, you can take this card from your hand and put it on the field and activate it, and then they have to wipe every single card but one. Like that's how that works. So they have 10 cards on their field, you pull this one out, they have to wipe out 9 cards out of their field, obviously pending if they don't have any response to this card. Very powerful card to break boards and to like even the playing field. One thing to note though, if you happen to have 2 of these in your hand, you can use both of them. So you can, like I say, use one, they negate the first one, you can just follow immediately up after with the second one, and it will go through. This is not a once per turn effect. Very important to note. And so this pairs, or this combos really well with Labyrinth, because if you really think about what Labyrinth is about, it's about setting traps. So like, you know, you go first, you set your traps, you pass, you're able to follow up on their turn. They go first, you go second, you have evenly, you can literally skip your main one, do evenly matched, go into main 2, set up all your traps for the following turn. So that's why this synergizes very well with Labyrinth. Dogmatica. This card is another, I don't want to say it's tricky, it's just a little involved. So the way this card works is you can pick one card on the enemy side of the field to destroy, and you have to pick one card out of your extra deck to match the, so like let's say it's like, this is a 2500 damage monster. So let's say like the enemy's card on the field that you want to destroy is 1500. It's 1500 or higher, so this would apply. You could like take Elder Entis, throw it into the graveyard, and then their card gets destroyed. Now, what's cool about Dogmatica is that is literally the effect. Just take one of your cards, X from the extra deck, throw it into the graveyard, and then destroy their card. But if you're smart, like we are, you could take cards that have activated effects in the graveyard to enhance the effect of this card. So for example, like Entis, you throw this into the graveyard, it actually allows you to destroy one more card on their field. So like that's one of my favorite targets for this. Like a lot of these cards that are in my extra deck are just Dogmatica targets. So like Fossil Knight is a monster destruction. You could throw this into the graveyard, destroy a monster. Fossil Machine, you could take a spell and trap, destroy that. Garura allows you to draw a card. Five-headed dragon, these are just literally 5,000 attack monsters. Like if there's like some crazy super powered monster on the field that I need to destroy, I have these here just as a target, just if I need to get something out. Then you got Aggregator. Aggregator is literally just a negate. You could just pick a monster, negate the effect. And then Tri-Brigade, this is just an easy way to try to get Garura. So like you have 3,500 attack on this, you can pick this card, throw it into the graveyard, then this effect will take Garura, throw that into the graveyard, and that'll also allow you to draw a card. So that's also very important, because like most of these are like, so it's 2,500, 24, 17, 15, this one's 35. So you can take this one and still get at least some benefit of Garura by pairing these two together. So that's Dogmatica. Little, you know, little involved, but it's really cool, like the little interactions you can do with this trap. Welcome Labyrinth and Big Welcome. The easiest way to describe these, so Welcome literally just summons a card on the field. Big Welcome summons a card on the field and then pulls another card away. So what's important about this is that, like, that's why I say prioritize Big Welcome, because a lot of the effects of Labyrinth work when a card gets pulled off of the field. So I picked this, but now you have to understand that you need to have a target to pull away. So example, like if you throw Ariana, use its effect, get something out of it, you have Ariana on the field, you can flip Big Welcome, take Lovely, put it on the field, and then pull Ariana away, and that's a good move, because then now Lovely's on the field, and that's very strong. If you don't have any cards on the field, you can take and put Lady Labyrinth on the field, and then pull Lady Labyrinth back, and then, I knew I was missing something. So for Lady Labyrinth, like one of her other effects is if you have, if you use a trap, you can actually take and put her on the field in defense position. So remember that. So like one nifty interaction with Big Welcome is you could put Lady Labyrinth summoned on the field, you could pull her away, and then use her effect to just throw her back into defense. This is good if you, like I said, if you have no cards on the field and you just need a monster on, you could just do that and then have Lady Labyrinth for free. But ideally, you want to try to have something on the field to pull back so you can get Lovely on the field. And then obviously, if you already have Lovely on the field and you want more damage or more just strength in numbers, you can throw Lady on there. That's like 2,900 and 3,000. It adds up very quickly. Welcome only takes from your deck when it's summoned. Big Welcome actually takes from hand, deck, or graveyard. That's also very important. Other effect of Big Welcome is if you have a level 8 Fiend monster, so either Lovely or Lady, you have either of them on the field, you can actually banish this card from the graveyard and then send another card on their field back into their hand, which is also important. Like that, it's almost kind of like a compulsory in a sense. So that's also another strength of this card. And obviously running these at 3 because these are like really the backbone of your deck. Solemn, so I run 1 Solemn Judgment and 2 Solemn Strikes. Solemn Strikes is when a monster is special summoned or monster effect is activated. You pay 1,500 and you say no. You literally just negate it and stop it from happening. Solemn is for if a monster is summoned or a spell trap card is activated, then you just take half of your life points and say no. So these are just really big, like if something crazy happens, you need to get out and you need to stop it from going through. That's why these are here. These are just super big safety nets, and they can't really be countered because they are counter traps. You would have to counter this trap with another counter trap, which almost never happens. Now we go into the floodgates. So rivalry, each player can only control one type of monster. Type, meaning So like this, for example, you see how it says Fiend in effect, like right under, like so it's like Lovely Labyrinth Fiend right under. That's the type. So like we have Fiends. I mean, there is a rock in here, but you have a lot of Fiends. That's why we run this card, because then we only just play with Labyrinth cards. But now other decks might run with other different types of attributes. So, I mean, sorry, different types, like just different types of types. I'm like mixing the words, but yeah, different types of types. So you throw this down, then that really negates a lot of different decks. Skill Drain, you pay 1,000 life points. It negates the effects of all face-up monsters while they're face-up. So they can't do anything. Like it literally just any monsters with effects, they can't use them. So that's another big Floodgate card. Goes in is the attribute. That's the word I misused earlier. So attributes are this top right, like that little insignia. Like even on the card itself, if you see the top right, is like a little symbol. It says dark. Like that's what this card is. So dark, dark, dark. Like all these are dark. So that's why we can get away with goes in, because we run mainly dark cards in this deck. Again, other decks may run different attributes, so this really stifles a lot of those decks. Soul Drain. This one is also big because it's similar to Skill Drain. Skill Drain works with like cards on the field to negate that they, or the monsters can't use their like their active effects. Soul Drain, pay 1,000. Monsters can't activate effects in the graveyard or the banished pile. So that just stops when tier limits was popular, this card was really utilized. Kashtira, I think they use their banished pile. You can stop them from doing that. Like so, just any monsters that are in those can't use effects. So this is really crippling. So this is like the Floodgate part of the deck. Just these 4 cards, but they're just really, really powerful cards. Now, the cards that I didn't really talk about in the extra deck that I do use, being that we have level 8 monsters, there is a level 8 package that I like to use. So like I kept it sort of brief and brush. So we have Hope Harbinger, which is a spell negate, and any card so like while this card has materials, you can detach a material and force like a monster to attack you or attack this card if you want to. But mainly I use it just for the spell negate, because if you negate the spell, you can just take the spell and add it as material. And also it's a 3,000 attack monster. Dingirsu has 2 effects, but I just use it mainly for so once it's summoned, there's 2 effects. I use it just to send a card to the graveyard. Also, while it has material, you can detach the material and protect the card from destruction. So that's another important card. And then the last but not least, Zeus. I mean, Zeus is like a staple in every deck. Like you attack with either any Xyz monster, then you can immediately go into Zeus and main 2. So that's the other reason why I have this card. Now, this also can be used like a little nifty interaction, which is cheating, is that if you somehow, well, I mean, it's not going to be affected in this deck, but if you somehow manage to control an enemy's Xyz monster and attack with it, you can take and turn that Xyz monster into your Zeus, which is kind of cheating. So just a little tidbit I thought, which was kind of crazy, that I discovered like a while back, and I was like, what? How can you do that? So this would actually fit for Gren. Like if you use Change of Heart, pull it across, and then attack, and then change it. I mean, or you could change it after attacking. It's kind of broken. And there you have it. That is the whole deck profile. Really strong deck, like I said. Trap heavy, so just going first, setting your traps, passing, and then just knowing when to use the traps and when to interact. I mean, I'm not going to go over that in this deck profile. I'm literally giving you the deck verbatim, like just how the cards are and just some interactions. But when you start playing, I will start kind of talking through like the interactions and what you should prioritize. But once you start getting a feel for the interactions, this deck is really, really tough to beat. Like, I think even some YouTubers have this deck right now. Like, once all the changes go through for the upcoming patch, they had this deck at like number 3 of like the top decks, just because first of all, it didn't get affected by the patch. Second of all, this deck is already pretty powerful to begin with. Oh, and the other thing, like I'm running Floodgate, like I mentioned, there is a furniture variant which is also pretty strong. But like I said, reason I picked this deck is just because it's easier to play and more of like you can just flip cards, floodgates, they can't play, and then you just play and destroy them. You know, the furniture is better for like more consistency, more follow-up, but again, a lot of different interactions with that. So I would say this is like the beginner style Labyrinth. Furniture is a little bit more advanced. Maybe depending on how you guys like this video, maybe I'll come up with a furniture variant deck myself and try to play with it. But for now, enjoy this deck. I'll go into the gameplay and show you some really cool interactions. Alright, so let's go into our first match and let's just see if I can get like a really quality game going with my Labyrinth deck, if I could actually pick the correct choices here. Here, yes. Also, I mean, there was a little bit of an inside joke as to why it's called Mandate Kuro. Like, I mean, I know you guys are probably like, why the hell did he name it that? So, Mandate Kuro just comes from, so like, I have a family member who is a federal officer. I feel like it always comes back to that, but he always complained about getting mandated, and mandating, what that is that he has a normal shift, and if he gets mandated, he has to take the shift, like, or an additional time. So let's say he works 8 hours, he would have to work another 8 hours, and he has no choice. There's like no choice, you know, with this. I'm gonna max C here just to make sure that he doesn't continue to bullshit me. We'll see what happens. So, to finish the story, like, all he would do is just complain about mandating. Oh, they hit me again with a mandate. Oh, they mandated, mandate. So me and my friend would just clown on him all the time and be like, yo, shut up with your mandates. Stop being a bitch. Like, yo, just honestly. So eventually he got to a point where he, you know, obviously, like, we just made it a full-on thing, and I ended up naming myself Mandate Kuro because his name in, you know, Xbox is Kuro, so that it was kind of like a nightmare deck for him. He was just really annoyed. So, alright, so let me take a second to tell you what I'm doing here. So, Dogmatica, you know what that does. Big Welcome goes in. So, I'm not going to get any play of these cards on this turn. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try to set up for the next turn. So, I'm going to take Ariana. And then I'm going to try to go. So, I have a Big Welcome. I'm just going to go into the field spell. And he's going to bullshit me with Ash. So, that kind of changes things. I'm gonna take and throw Lady out, and this is pretty good because now I have Lady on the field, and then Ariana I'm just gonna pull back come next turn, and then I'm probably gonna go into or actually, oh yeah, let me go into a battle and let me just take this card off the field. I was actually reading that just to make sure that he doesn't have any bullshit effects. I think it should be safe. Oh, he magic cylindered me? Wow. So, like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, what generation of Yu-Gi-Oh are we in that he's still using magic cylinder? Ha! I feel like that's like a troll card. That's like a haha, fooled you. I mean, it's like, okay, so now Dimensional Barrier is definitely going down here. I'm going to throw Dimensional Barrier because I know that Dynamorphia, I'm pretty confident it has, I believe it's XE, or no, it might be Fusion. I'm pretty sure it's Fusion. So I'm going to, alright, whatever. You're so funny, really funny. I took 1600 damage, so now let me start exerting my effects here. So now I'm going to, first things first. Oh yeah, see, he doesn't even want the smoke. At least I don't think so. Oh, he's got Exo. What the fuck deck is this? All right, so I'm going to Dogmatica his ass first and foremost. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Dogmatica, and then I'll Big Welcome after the fact. Just get that Exo Sister card out. And then I'm gonna Entis. Oh, he's gonna Soul me. You have no life, but it's okay. I should have saw that coming. I'm stupid for that, but it's alright. Because now, no, that's good. Actually, what am I talking about? Because that's really not a big problem. The big problem is when I dimensional his ass. But the problem is if he, like, because Exo Sisters uses Xyz and Dynamorphia. If it's, you know, the Dynamorphia deck I'm thinking, it goes into Fusion. So I'm gonna have to make a choice. Or actually, the choice might even be made for me. Yep, the choice is made for me. I am flipping Dimensional Barrier, like, right effing now. Okay, hello? I was gonna say, I was like, don't cheat me. Xyz. Alright, good. Now that should stop him from cheating. Now I'll be able to pull another effect out of this. I might go into Gozen now. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go into Gozen now, and then I'm just gonna... Then I might even go Big Welcome to end this, just to end this off. Perfect. So now he's gonna hate his whole life. So I'm going to get Lovely on the field. I still get one pop or one hand rip. I don't think he has a hand rip. So I'm going... I mean, I don't think he has anything left in his hand. So I'm gonna take and see what card do I want to set. I might have set it a compulsory. No, actually, maybe I'll set another. Oh no, yeah, duh. Big Welcome. Hello. I just used Big Welcome, so I need to keep another one on the field. So that now he's useless. Now I activate Lovely. Now I get to pop this trap card. Is what I'm gonna go with here. Yeah. And then now he has nothing. Can't do anything this turn. End phase. Great. Now my next play. So remember with Exo Sisters, anything that gets moved out of their graveyard happens. So like, let's see. If you control this card, that's I'm trying to see. There's one that. Let's see here. This card. So you can target one. Attach. Well, anyways, whatever. So I'm going to, like, it looks like this doesn't have an effect. So I'm going to take and pull Big Welcome across, and I'm going to send this back. All right, so that's done. Now I'm going to take and Lovely and probably grab, let's see, what do I have? Is that Big Welcome? I might grab back my dimension. It's either dimensional. Yeah, I'll say dimensional. Just because then I know that he's going Xyz, and I can just keep recycling the Xyz. And he actually lost the game. I just realized that too. It's over. Well, just for extra insult to injury, just to make sure, I'm just gonna grab a Labyrinth card, just in case he has some other trick up his sleeve, and then I'll end the game. And that's game. So yeah, you guys see, I mean, it's crazy, because like you got a little bit of everything. You got a little bit of the Floodgate effect, you got Dimensional Barrier, Dogmatica, I mean, just a whole bunch of problems for him. Let me run it one more and see if I can get like another good quality match in here. Now I get to go first. That was the other thing. I went second there, and I was still able to like navigate around that, which was very lucky for me. All right, so I got a ton of traps, all traps. So now I don't have. I really might just set all 5 down. I'm gonna be honest, because like all of them have their values. So like, you know, Welcome to just get something on the field, Dimensional to stop them from doing any BS, Solemn Strike, like all of these sound very good. And then based on what they're playing, I can decide on how I want to navigate around things. Because like example, I have Dimensional. If it's a Kashtira deck, then I could just Xyz Dimensional, and then he's pissed. So. We'll see. I mean, he already knows that it's probably Labyrinth putting my shit 5 face down. He's probably like, what is this idiot doing? Okay, so he's going into Ecclesia. I'm trying to remember what deck this is. Like, I've seen it, I just can't recall what it is. So, welcome Labyrinth. I'm probably going to throw Lady on the field. Just because I can. He's gonna Ash here. I might stop his Ash with my Solemn Strike. Yeah, I might Solemn Strike him just because I don't want to deal with it. Like, I mean, he can Ash somebody else. And then what I'll do is I'll from here flip into, like I said, Lady into attack. And then that'll allow me probably an ability to grab a Okay, not yet. Eventually. Okay, so it's Sword Soul. So I'm gonna have to dimensional his synchros. So I'm gonna Soul Drain and then Dimensional Barrier right behind that. Dimensional into Synchro and get those Synchro bullshits out of here. Whoa, crap, that was close. Then I get to use this. Now my next thing is so usually I would go Epidemic, but I don't think there's gonna be very many, you know, traps or spells. So I think the safest bet here is gonna be Big Welcome. I'll throw Big Welcome onto the field right now, because then that'll at least set me up for next turn. Oh, nah, don't tell me this. He's gonna fusion. Haha, man, I picked the wrong one. Unfortunate. But it's okay. I mean, well, it'll make this interesting. And plus, I do have Solemn. So I can Solemn his ass if need be. And he's gonna cheat. What the what was that? How did he do that? Oh, probably with the Cyber Dragon bullshit, more than likely. That's crazy. I mean, now he can't activate any effects in the graveyard, though, so if he has Mercurier or any of these other nonsense cards, like, it's still... He's still hurting a little bit, just not as much as I would have liked. And not to mention that my card is unaffected by a card effect, so that was crazy that he was able to do that. I mean, granted, I guess Tribute, you know, if he's using it as material, it doesn't apply, but... Still pretty... annoying, because usually, I don't know, like I said, usually you have Super Poly that uses materials from the other side. I just don't understand how he was able to use something from the other side to take me. Oh, here's our best friend Mirror Jade. Solemn is still not even like going off, which is crazy, because, you know, if it would be summoned, I could summon him, and I'm still not getting what I'm looking for here. This is tough. Because honestly, if it were up to me, I would have just went straight up, took out Solemn. I mean, I would have flipped Solemn if I was able to, because if the monster summoned, this would have been the time to use it, but it's not going off. What was that? Weird. So I got another oh, okay. Yeah, I think he shot himself. I think he's like, what the fuck was that? Fight. The reason why he quit, like, I just kind of realized after the fact. So the way that it worked is that I flipped Soul Drain, and the fact that I flipped Soul Drain, he couldn't activate his card effects in the banish pile or in the graveyard. So what ended up happening is he ended up banishing out his Mirror Jade, and then when he did that, like, he couldn't pull it back onto the field, so he had a wide open board, and he was just like, yeah, this game is over, so I'm getting effed. So now on to more cool games. Hopefully I can get some more interactions or some more like life out of my deck to show you all the capabilities that it has. Alright guys, so we're going to continue testing this deck out and just kind of going over some of the interactions that we may come across. I figured, like I said, I was like trying to do things in real time if I have a say in it, just because it comes off a lot better when, you know, when I'm talking to you, reactions, things like that. I mean, obviously pre-recorded is great, but you guys don't like, or I'm saying like it, if you guys like pre-recorded, let me know, but I figured real-time reactions might be more of a good play here. So we're going second. We did get an evenly, which is extremely big because you already know that's an immediately useful way of doing things. So advantageous on our end. So he's going Fluanderies here. I'm just really thinking, I mean, I think that I still have the advantage, because if he is going into like M-Pen and all these cards, I think M-Pen only works against monsters, so if I evenly him, he has no choice but to eat it. So he's just going to be very upset when he realizes what I can do. See, yep, there's M-Pen. So he's upset. He's going to immediately be upset. But now, one thing that's important to remember Pot of Extravagance, you can't, like, it has to be at the start of main phase 1. One thing, I mean, I didn't really get to explain that well in the deck list, like, I didn't really prioritize that, but you can, if you even look at a card wrong, this card is out of play in your main phase, so just make sure that first thing, before even breathing, put Pot of Extravagance on if you intend to use it. Because that's, yeah, that's kind of screwed me several times. Like, all I would do is maybe set something face down, and then Pot of Extravagance is done. You can't do anything. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how it's supposed to go this time. Please have all, yeah, seriously, please have all the cards so I can just evenly the crap out of you. Alright, so Pot of Extravagance first and foremost. So draw whatever I draw. Dimensional, that doesn't really apply here because he uses all normal summons. Pot of Extravagance, throw this down. Just gonna randomly throw away 6 cards. See if he does anything to negate. Yep, sure enough. Now he's gonna start playing on my turn, which I really don't care. Because he's probably gonna end up like, yep, he's gonna start doing all this crazy bullshit. But what's nice about it is that now I have 2 evenly, so I can actually do the interaction I explained in my, you know, my deck list. Is that I could just evenly, and if he negates it, I could just evenly his ass all over again, and then he's in trouble. So watch how fun this is gonna be. And just as I explained, so literally put nothing on your field, let main or battle phase pass, drop evenly, and then I can start setting up for my following turn. Okay. So now, see, that's the thing. So this Mist Valley bullshit, like if I evenly him once, Mist Valley, he's gonna use it, and watch. I'm just gonna show you. Check this shit out. So battle, main. So now I'm gonna evenly the first time. He's gonna negate it with this Avery bullshit. Perfect. Now, guess what? Negated. Now. Bam. So now you get to use it a second time. Now he has to probably throw, yep, see, through the 1, and then he left the M pen. So now, I'm gonna, well, I don't think dimensional, I'm just gonna throw it on here just in case. I don't think it's really gonna apply, but you never know. Maybe he has like a synchro, or he has like something, like one of those like Swiss Army extra deck cards. So I'll just keep that there just in case, throw my Labyrinth down, and pass turn. Now, I have Dogmatica, which I think I'm probably gonna use for the Fluandries. Or maybe whatever other card he decides to normal summon. And then just happen to get Fluandries after the fact. Like right now. See, Fossil Dyna. Fuck that cheating card. So I'm going to grab Fossil Dyna. And then I'm going to take and throw this. And then I'm going to go into Entis. And now Entis effect in the grave. Drop that. And now and then now I can even welcome after the fact. And just get Ariana out here into defense position. And then set up a big welcome. And he's probably, looks like he's already quitting. Ariana defense. Labyrinth. Oh, I can actually pop his card? Whatever. I'll just pop his card now. I mean, so I didn't even need Entis. Yep. I knew it. He said, fuck this shit. I'm telling you, man, sometimes you'll play this game and you just already know it's going to be a bad time for the other guy. And, like, you can just almost call your win before it starts. Because, like, I already knew, like, there's so much follow-up and so many messed up things that could happen for him. And he just knew that it was over for him by, you know, after the first few moves. So I have to start getting into the going second habit because all the other decks I play were going second between Numeron and Gren. Now I'm actually playing a going first deck. Alright, so I got Extravagance again. I got Maxi. I think I'm just gonna Extravagance straight away. See what else I can pull. I really will just use both of them, honestly. Alright, so let's see what he's got. Maybe he has like a BS, Maybe he has an Ash, some annoying. He does not. Good. I mean, this is not really ideal. Let's see if I could just do this again and see. Okay, Rivalry, Evenly, Lord of the Heavenly. I think I might grab the Rivalry. Yeah, I might just grab the Rivalry. So, Rivalry, Compulsory. I might hold on to the Evenly just because if they have like Harpies, I don't want that to start becoming a problem. I think I'm gonna throw Labyrinth on just because like I do have Maxi, so if I happen to draw something that's valid here, let's do that. I mean, this isn't the best board, but this is something hopefully we can work off of. I mean, hopefully at least it's just enough to like disrupt him to stop him from really doing anything, and then we can follow up on our next turn to really just do the damage. Now, a cool thing is Dogmatica is, you know, I told you in the deck list, I mean, you have a million targets in your extra deck to really have a good follow-up. We'll just see which card we intend to use. Okay, he went face down. Interesting. I can compulse him. I'm just thinking. F it. I'll just wait to compulse him. I'll probably compulse him next turn. See what I draw. Nothing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't even really use Pot of Prosperity. Whatever. I'll just use 3 cards. Just take 3 cards and just banish. Yeah, I'll just banish 3. So I'm gonna do one of these, one of these, one of these. See which cards I get. Oh my god, what is happening? This is crazy. I don't care. I'm just gonna grab a second Evenly just in case. This is wild as hell. Damn, I'm getting like this is like the major, like the most major brick ever. I'll flip Rivalry, and then I might flip. I'm thinking about flipping Compulsory. Let me just wait this out and see what happens. That's crazy. I literally got the same cards every time. I think I even had Evenly like in that first draw with Prosperity or whatever deck I used. So I'm just hoping that I can get a starter. I'm hoping I can get more exposure using more of my Labyrinth stuff to try to really get more just to get something, just to show you something, to give you quality games, because right now these guys are just like first I brick, or I'm saying first was just a dud, like I was able to smack him, and then now it's a brick. So hopefully I can get some stuff done here. I mean, this guy is really thinking hard about his next move. I don't even know. I wish I knew what he was playing. I wonder if he's even debating on whether he wants to reveal what he's doing or not. Okay. Okay, I guess. I mean, sure. I mean, alright. So he put 2 cards on defense. Finally! Oh my goodness. Great. Great, 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 great. Alright, finally. Finally. So I'm gonna throw this. Ariana Servant. So now what's good about this is I can finally get Big Welcome, because this is what I've been missing my whole life. Drop this. I really don't want to compulse yet. I really want to try to save my compulse, because right now, like, I have Labyrinth. I can literally pull Lovely out and then just, you know, pop one of these cards, rip one of his out of his hand, and I have plays and options now, so this is good. That is if he doesn't, like, screw me in some way. We're gonna find out. But that's the thing, right? Like, you literally have 6 cards. Like, I have 3 welcomes, 3 big welcomes, 6 cards in this 40 card deck, and still, like, just the, like, obscure, or, the scarcity of these cards is crazy sometimes. Okay, so now he's got 3. What weirdo. Alright, well, whatever. I'm gonna try to do some damage. Like, at least try to break the board up and see what he's trying to do. So I'm gonna take this, get Lovely out, put her in attack. This is like the staple combo, or at least my staple combo. Pull Ariana back, get Labyrinth, pop this card here, see what this is. Elemental Heroes, okay, that's sus. I can add this effect. Now I'm going to consider, I think I'm just gonna hand rip. Yeah, start randomly ripping cards out of his hand. Let's see what he decides to do, because I do have Compulsory, and I also have Dogmatica, so I could start causing trouble if I really have to. Alright. So now, I do have Dimensional. I know it's a Heroes deck, so now I can set Dimensional and keep an eye out for fusion cards. I can also take Lovely, pull Lovely out, or pull the big welcome back out of the graveyard. Now, Compulsory I may hold as like a safety net, just because, like, something happens that I don't want to, I could just sit there to defend. I could throw Ariana out again and also use her effect to probably pull a Lady. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna pull out a Lady. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Now, let me consider, I might pull Lady into defense mode. Yeah, let's do that. I'll put Lady into defense mode, because then I can start looking into setting traps. I honestly might even consider compulsing. Yeah, let's just compulse this monster. I'm gonna compulse the monster, because then what's gonna happen is I could use Labyrinth's effect again. Or no, I can't. Oh, that's right. I can use Lady's effect, and I'm just gonna start hand ripping, honestly. Yeah, and then now I could attack with Ariana, see if I could do enough damage. Please do enough damage. Perfect. And then I could just attack with Lovely. Now I can move to next turn, and then if he starts comboing, I could throw Max C. I still have Max C in my hand. I've been holding it purposely. Just waiting for him to start trying to go off. But he's been playing really conservative. There it is. Yep. Max C time. And also, I might wait. I think I'm going to Dimensional Barrier Fusions now, just so that way I don't miss it at the choke point. And then this allows me to get this card on the field. Now what I might do... do I big welcome? Yeah, I guess I can big welcome also. Let me big welcome. I'll get another Lady on the field. So, special summon this into attack position. Okay, pull this back. Oh wait, I can't. Yeah, I should have probably waited just an extra second. It's okay, because I can still hand rip. So now I'm gonna set Epidemic for spells, because they do have a lot of nasty spells in Hero. So I can sacrifice one of my ladies to do that when the time comes. See right here, activate effect. Activate Lovely again. I'll wait, because I can probably wait until he does whatever summon, and then I probably might use it. So I'll continue destroying cards in his hands. Mirror Force, that was a big card to get rid of. Take and put Ariana in defense mode for right now. Now I might use her for, let's see what I can grab with her. Okay. See, now this might be the time. I'll see. Alright, so I got Max C going. What I really could use, let me see, I don't have a big welcome. I could probably just throw a big welcome in my hand, just why not? I have a lot of resources right now, and it is not looking good for him. Still gonna wait. Still gonna see what he does. I do have good. Yeah, I have one Entis. That's good. Because sometimes you can even use like this 900, like pick this one and then Entis and just destroy them that way. Protect to your graveyard. I think this might be the time where nah, let me wait. Although I should be dogmaticking very soon. This card is sent to your grave. You can add one hero monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, let's just use it now. And I'll just pick one of these guys. And then I'll just insist the both of them. Done. And then I'll just use this and then just get the other one out of here. Now his board is empty again. Now he's gonna add the polymerization and then realize he can't use it. And then he's probably gonna quit. What? I cannot fuse it. Yo, what did I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you? Love that. He said, I cannot polymerization. What do you mean? And he just quit. And that was over. Okay, so I'm going second. I did get my evenly. Again, I've been getting very lucky with that. I am going to... Let me see what he's got here. Fuck it. Maxi. Might as well, right? At the very least, it forces him to end his turn. Yep, sure enough. Love that so much. Stupid ass me. It's okay. So now, I can start dropping... Well, first things first, let me just put this down and just see if I can at least start setting up. Why not? I'll just also put this in defense mode. Yep, that was that. He said none of this labyrinth bullshit. Fair. Alright, well that was a quick rank up. Like I'm literally trying to show you guys the decks and I'm just getting, you know, just running right up the ladder here. Alright, going first. Alright, so first things first, Lord of the Heavenly to protect my back row. I mean, this is a pretty decent set of traps. The only thing is there's no engine in here, which is kind of lame. But we can still make it work, at least kind of like BS our way to like the next turn. Okay, so this is actually a Labyrinth card, or a Labyrinth deck, so now you get to see what we could try to do with Labyrinth. So, or against the Labyrinth mirror match. So Dimensional is going to be useless, Rivalry is going to be useless. Dogmatica is not going to be useless. Now we do have a Solemn, which is going to be really important. So we got, this is big welcome and then welcome. And now they're changing turn. So okay, so now he's big welcoming. So now the thing is that I really think the Solemn is necessary because like big welcome is a very powerful card and this is like one of the biggest weapons that they have. So I think I'm going to Solemn this just to get that to stop. So now that card is not in play. He does have a welcome. Which, do I have a... Okay, I do have a Dogmatica, so that's also important. So I'm going to Lord of the Heavenly just to have that monster out in the field. And now he's going to welcome. Now, based on what... Okay, see, now this is where I can hit Dogmatica, or this is where I can hit... let me wait, because he's going to summon... Oh, see... I could have took Lady Labyrinth out here, but I'm waiting to see. Let me just take Lady Labyrinth out. Let me just get it out. I could target it now that it's exposed. Yeah, let's do it now. So now I'm gonna take and throw away Tri-Brigade, and then I'm gonna try to draw an extra card. Okay, Eradicator, that's sort of good. Or I'm saying, like, because there's nothing he can really do about that. At least not yet. He might just straight up suicide and... Yep, see, he's got Lovely here. He may straight up try to suicide and then, see, I want attack face up. I'm gonna set, big welcome for sure, for myself. So I'll get Tri-Brigade, get a free draw from Garura. Got Max C, that's kind of cool, because then if he continues to follow up, I could just throw Max C and draw more cards. Okay, so now he's got that. Nothing I could do about that, unfortunately. But I can Max C just to try to see if, you know, to dissuade him from using the big welcome, because I think he's still big welcome. And he may have just rage quitted. So you see now, this was a furniture variant Labyrinth. Oh, never mind. Okay, I was already getting ahead of myself. But even still, it's a furniture variant Labyrinth, and he's still having annoying trouble with me. Goes in. Still doesn't really matter. Big welcome's gonna matter though. Oh, there's the epidemic. So he's gonna take out. He's probably gonna. I mean, there's really nothing I can... Oh, good. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So I'm gonna go and, yes, I like this. So I don't care about these two because these two are useless. I'm gonna go and take my Lovely, throw back my Lord of the Heavenly. Okay, I don't care. I might even pop this card. Like, I might not go for the hand rip. Yes. And then I'm going to actually activate. I can activate this again. Fuck it. I mean, I can do that. So he's face up. So that's going to be a lot of damage. I'm going to use Lovely to pop. No, I'm going to use it to pop the card that he has set. Get that shit out of here. And then damage. Pure big body damage. Oh, and I can pull Lovely back. Nice, nice, nice. I I'll take the big walk and put it back on the field because I could technically do that. It has to be a draw. This is actually a really good game, guys. I'm really glad I'm recording this for you so you can see like all the different things I can do to get around some of these plays they're making. Now I can take advantage and pull I could pull a monster out and then pull Lord of the Heavenly back and then rip their hands. Yeah, this is gonna be game. I don't know why he's still playing. So I'm gonna get, yep, see, I knew it. He was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm done. So yes, this is a really good game to end on. Really awesome gameplay to show you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna probably continue recording more gameplay for you. Like, I'm just gonna probably tag this onto the first video deck list, and then the remaining gameplay videos that I tend to accrue, I'm gonna try to put them into different, like, I guess, episodes or series. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this is a great way to kick off Labyrinth. Hope you guys got to enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Or, oh shoot, I don't know if I stopped recording. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.